the first song should be out before we hit Bloodstock. Like the closest comparison might be like Rain in a sense
Oh,
of
okay, right. I got you.
just something
Straight in your face.
yeah, just right in your face, fast, very aggressive.
Primordial Radio, delighted to be speaking today with Cory from Trivium. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Yeah, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, you're sort of in between things at the moment. We'll come on to that in just a sec. But we're speaking about a day or so since the tragic passing of Ozzy Osbourne. I saw the post that you guys put out, and I was just wondering what Ozzy and Sabbath meant to you.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You know, it's just like when you hear the news and it's like just someone of that, you know, like magnitude of just how much, and just kind of seeing how much of a kind of global influence and inspiration the guy was, you know, and the band was to just everything that metal is, and just even beyond that is just pretty wild. And just, you know, last couple days just kind of like going online and just seeing all the tributes and just how many bands have been playing covers and everything like that. And it's just like fuck. It's just you never think those legends are ever going to go away. And it's just, you know, kind of hits pretty hard when someone like that leaves. And even just yesterday when we were you know, rehearsing and stuff, we were just kind of going into all these Sabbath and Ozzy jams and stuff, and it's just like so many iconic songs and riffs and everything. It's just like the body of music is quite incredible. That it's you know, you could just deep dive that for hours and just keep jamming. And even for us, it's like we never really covered any of that stuff. But it's just like the amount of stuff we already know just in general just shows you that like just like everyone knows those Sabbath songs and Ozzy songs and stuff like that. So you know, we're you know, like everyone else, you know, we kind of pivoted. You know, we've been rehearsing for a while for the upcoming tour, and with everything that happened, it was kind of like, you know, what can we do to pay tribute and stuff like that. So we kind of worked up an idea for Bloodstock to you know, do what we can, you know, do what we can do. Yeah.
Sneak in a Sabbath cover. Nice. I won't ask you which one because, yeah, I wouldn't want to ruin the surprise for anyone, but I'm thinking like, oh God, what would be great for Trivium to cover? And of course, you got so much inspiration as well from back to the beginning. I don't know if you saw much of it, but you know, that whole event was just inspirational, I thought.
Yeah, I watched. I didn't watch the whole stream, like when it happened, but after as the show was going, I was obviously getting, like everyone else was getting, tons of videos on Instagram and stuff like that of as it was happening, and then on YouTube it was being able to watch like chunks or people's sets and like sections was able to watch a lot of it. And you know, it's just like now it's like after he passed, like seeing like clips of you know, when he's saying "Mom, I'm coming home," it was like oh shit. Like
that was the moment, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was the moment. Yep, cut
like,
me up.
Yeah, it was like when it happened in real time, it was pretty emotional because it was like this is the last show, and then now that he passed away, and you watch back on that footage, you're just like, God damn it, that footage hits pretty hard. And it was a awesome show, and it was cool to see a lot of you know, Jakey Lee back up there playing and getting his shine. And you know, just everyone did. It was such a great event. You know, it was really cool to see. And yeah, so it's just, and then it's just like, you know, like a lot of everybody, you know, just after you heard the news, it was just like nonstop Sabbath, Ozzy, you know, just listen back to all the records and just really appreciating the body of work that the guy, you know, gave the world. So it's been pretty awesome, you know, and it's been fun to just kind of go back and check it out. And then also just, you know, learning some shit that I never learned, you know, on guitar before, and just really appreciating just, you know, Ozzy was always, you know, the great thing. He was a singer, but he was also a very, you know,
Well, he was an icon. He was a personality as well. He was just much more than a singer.
Well, he also for guitar players, he gifted the guitar community with some amazing players. You know, just everyone they had in his band, they fucking were monsters. So it's pretty amazing. Like, you know, for a guy for his solo band being named after the singer, you know, he was very known for having the top of the line guitar players.
Absolutely. I know you played a few of the Ozfests and you put that out in your post. Did you ever get to meet Ozzy at any point?
No, never met him. We did the one Ozfest in '05, which was a fucking huge deal for us. Really, really helped us break in America and really, you know, launched kind of Ascendancy. Was, you know, we were touring for that. Had just come out a couple months before we did Ozfest, and yeah, Ozzy and Maiden, you know, that was you know, for us, you know, we were like 20 years old, you know, going on that tour with bands like that, and it was just like, oh shit, like it was pretty amazing tour, and it did a lot of things for us, and also, you know, I totally forgot about it till Matt mentioned in his post, but like when we did that download 2005, that day was billed as the Ozfest day.
That's right. Yeah.
And totally forgot it was the Ozfest day. So it was like the Ozfest had blessed us in two parts of the world, you know, being in the UK and stuff. So that obviously download 2005 was a mega, you know, moment for us in the UK. So Ozfest was a big
part of the
a
Trivium
big
history.
yeah. Ozfest was a big deal in 2005 for us, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I spoke to Matt a few years back, and when I spoke to him then, he was sort of you and the guys were in the midst of building the hangar, and I was wondering how's that all going? Like, is it done? Is it totally finished?
Yeah, yeah. I guess for now until we figure some other to do. But yeah, we did last year was you know, since we were off tour, we had a lot of time to be able to be home, and we had a lot of construction stuff going on, and redid I guess the first part of it that we built, we had some stuff to redo to, I guess, for like the sound, like part of it. So we had kind of like a multi-construction thing going on where we're building the studio part and then also refurbishing the previous part that we built to kind of coincide with the studio to make it more sound efficient and, you know, all that kind of technical nonsense. But yeah, we got it all done, got the studio finished end of last year, and yeah, we did some recording and got some new shit coming out soon.
Yeah, because that'll be, I suppose, when the new album comes, we'll come on to that in a little bit. It'll be the first one to come from the hangar.
Yeah, well, the first thing that you're going to hear is not the next record, but it's kind of a in between EP.
Very cool.
So yeah, the first song should be out before we hit Bloodstock. So
okay, right. That is a nice little bit of tidbit news.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we'll talk more about the song in just a bit, because you are headlining Bloodstock, and was looking at the festival history, and I actually couldn't believe that it had been 10 years since you last headlined back in 2015.
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's been
what were your memories of headlining back in 2015?
Yeah, I think it was similar to this time, where it's like we kind of go in. It's like it's like, all right, we're getting back into touring, and after a break, and the first show is oh yeah, you're headlining Bloodstock. So you kind of go in right into the fire. I remember 2015, basically like the first thing that happened, but before I could even really like go into the show and enjoy it, because we just got started, was my microphone stand had I guess some current going through it. So like when I first,
oh, great.
It was like our first show. Was it? We were just starting the, you know, touring for Silence in the Snow, so we opened up with the song, and, you know, there's no screaming or anything, so I didn't have any vocals. But I think it was like the second song in the set might have been. I think it might have been Becoming the Dragon, maybe. It was something like, it was like the second song in the set. So we just got started, and there was like electricity, I guess, was going through my microphone. So when I went up to do vocals, I got my mouth like shocked to shit, and I remember just
Ow.
throwing the microphone stand out of just like anger, or just being like, "What the?"
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was like my first memory of that. But the festival's great. Vicky and Alan treat the bands fucking great. We've known them for a long time, so it was a great festival. And obviously, with a lot of festivals we played after not being there for 10 years, I'm sure it's gotten fucking like so much better and bigger and just and everything like that. So we're really looking forward to playing it again. We've been working on having the summer off. Been working on, we kind of were like wanted to make a really cool set list and do something that a little different than we've been doing before. So hopefully the fans will be stoked to hear a little something different from us, and kind of doing a kind of like a hybrid, still kind of like Ascendancy 20th anniversary, but also not, in the sense of it's not the full record, but it's still highlighting a lot of the record, but doing a lot of other stuff that we haven't been. I guess we haven't played for 2 years now, since a lot of these songs we haven't played since 2023, when we finished touring before our kind of pre-ascendancy break. So
Yeah, yeah. And when a band plays a festival, just generally maybe your midway or even main support, you're very much viewed as like part of like a big package of the festival. But when it's your name that's atop of the bill, does that feel a little bit different? Does that come with a bit of a greater responsibility? We think, well, it's our name on the top of the bill. Like we're going to have to really sort of bring it more than so like if you just kind of midway on a festival bill.
yeah, I guess when you're billed or hired to headline the festival, it's like there's the obligation, you got to put on a fucking a show, and
Mm.
so it's like you kind of have to put more into it, and as far as making sure the set list is great, and got all the highlights and stuff that people would want to hear, but also it's like you got to add production elements with either pyro or CO2 or other special effects to just kind of give it like an extra fucking impact or whatever like that. And a lot of bands nowadays, or even bands, it's crazy like just seeing festivals, because we haven't played a lot of festivals in like especially stuff like Download and all those festivals that happened in June. It's been like, I think like 7 years since we played any of those festivals, and just every summer you see the festivals, and see like a band playing at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon at like Rock am Ring having pyro. It's like, oh, it's like, and everyone's got pyro now. And like I remember when we first started out, it was like if you had pyro, you were like fucking like the top band on the fucking show. And now it's like almost every band on the tour or festivals have pyro, which is crazy. I guess fire's cheaper now. But it's just wild. It's just like everything's just keeps ramping up. We're just like, what you have to do is like the headliner is like, you got to go fucking full bore now, because it's like other bands in the day have pyro. So it's like if you just have pyro as a headliner, it's like, oh, everyone's seen that today.
I think you were touching on upon it as well, though, with the set. I think for me, part of what makes a headline set from a band at a festival particularly special is hearing the songs that you wouldn't necessarily play, even at your own show, and bringing out some of the deep cuts. And obviously, you did the Poison's Ascendancy tour. I was wondering, because you said that it's not going to be the full record in full, but quite a bit of Ascendancy still. What were then some of your favorite songs to bring back from Ascendancy? Because, dude, I would lie. Like, I went to so many of your Ascendancy tours. I was at your second Wolfram Hall show with It Dies Today and All That Remains. So, like, I remember those days in 2005. They're amazing. And one song that used to be massive in the set back then, but I hadn't featured for a while, probably up until now. I loved it. Was The Deceived. It was a huge song. But I'm wondering, like, what did you enjoy bringing back from Ascendancy?
That actually, the Deceived was actually kind of on the when we were doing the Ascendancy tour, and even before that, it's like it's kind of like a song where it's become like a fan favorite, almost like it was a single back in the day, but it never was. Because
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
right. Yeah.
because whenever we play that song, it just gets like a very big reaction. And even when we did like Download 2005, there was like a million circle pits going on during that song. And when we did the Poison Ascendancy tour, it was like when we played that song, it like really kind of kicked it up. It was like just the energy of the song, people just get into it. And even now, it's like when we're like, all right, we're not going to do the whole record, but we're going to play like a good chunk of it as like the kind of like highlight um, to showcase the record for the anniversary. Is like that was like one of the songs was like that's still got to be in the set. So
Mm, yeah.
that's always been a highlight. I think it it's just has the energy that just I think just even if you've never heard it, like it just kind of does its thing. Um, so it's fun to do that, obviously, and we've kind of played it over the years anyway. So it's never kind of never disappeared for a long time. But also the title track, Ascendancy, I think we hadn't played that in a number of years. That was always fun. And then, obviously, like stuff like at the end of the record, like Departure and Declaration. I think once we did the Poison Ascendancy tour, we hadn't played Declaration live since like 2007.
Right. Yeah.
So it was cool to play those songs. And it's just like, man, you know, when you don't play a song live for that long, you kind of see like how it can, when you do play it, people are just like kind of looking at you like, it was definitely a very deep cut for a lot of people that, since we hadn't if you don't play the song live in a long time, it's kind of like when you do play it live on tour, it's kind of like a reminder to fans of like if they don't remember it or haven't heard it to go check it out, and if you don't play it, it just kind of like people just don't know it. So it was like, it was definitely like I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, the end of the record is definitely because I think Departure, I think we never played it in America ever until this tour. So
Hmm.
it was definitely some deep cuts. So it's definitely even if a record sells a lot of copies, you can definitely see that a lot of people don't know every record 20 years later. But
That's natural though, dude. Yeah, that'll just happen with the passage of time.
yeah, but it's fun, just to hear fans that were, like, oh, Departure, like I love that song, or there's definitely a lot of people that do love those songs, and we're happy to hear them live. But obviously, it's like, yeah, they were deep cuts, so it definitely
Yeah.
you can tell when you, I guess, when you compare them to when you play like like to the
Gunshot.
Flies compared
Yeah.
to Departure, just like the immediate reaction is definitely noticeable. So, but it's definitely
Mm.
fun to bucket list those. We played Ascendancy from start to finish, and got to do that, which was awesome. And yeah, and then the next tour that we're doing, that's still kind of part of the Ascendancy anniversary stuff, which isn't going to be the same format, but we're kind of thinking of other ways to do the Ascendancy celebration and play some stuff that people wouldn't expect, to make it its own event in itself. So
Yeah, yeah. Has revisiting the Ascendancy influenced your writing in any way, shape, or form? You mentioned that you've got a new song that's dropping. Has going back to that album kind of brought back some of the writing styles or things that maybe the headspace you were in when you wrote Ascendancy?
well, the stuff we were last year, we would get together and we were rehearsing Ascendancy, and in between like the rehearsals, we started writing some new songs, because obviously we were like, we got the studio being built. When it gets done, we want to have something ready to kind of break it in, make sure get the studio up and running. So we started writing some songs, and there was no real, I guess, game plan, because we weren't like in the headspace of we're writing a record. It was just like, hey, let's just write some songs and just kind of let it be what it is. And rehearsing, like we'd rehearse Ascendancy like on a Monday, and then Wednesday we would be like, all right, we're just going to work on writing some stuff. And it was kind of like we kind of summed it up as like the couple songs that we wrote. It was kind of like spirit animals of like Ascendancy. Was like we were rehearsing Ascendancy, and we kind of used like the energy and like playing those songs and kind of like we're like, oh, let's kind of parlay that into new music. And the new stuff definitely has kind of like the spirit of Ascendancy, but also a lot of kind of like what we do now kind of blended in. So I think just focusing on playing Ascendancy definitely carried over into the writing of just trying to, I guess, capture that intensity and energy of what that record was. And, when, we played the stuff to some friends and stuff like that, they were just like, oh, like this has got some pretty intense stuff that, definitely, the first song coming out definitely is a very, I guess maybe like the closest comparison might be like Rain in a sense
Oh,
of
okay, right. I got you.
just something
straight in your face.
Yeah, just right in your face, fast, very aggressive. So it's definitely gonna be cool. And then when we did the stuff, it was like the intention was we thought we were going to be doing the Ascendancy tour from January to December, doing a full tour. And then the idea was we were going to record a couple songs and then just release them as singles, like kind of as the year goes on, for the tour, kind of like, like, hey, we're coming to South America. Oh, new song drops, or we're going there, and just releasing like standalone singles, because it's been so long since we put out a record. It was kind of like, hey, we give the fans some new stuff to listen to while we're doing the anniversary stuff. And then once that abruptly ended, it was kind of pivoted to doing an EP. So we're just going to put everything out at one time, working on some really cool like special vinyl stuff, some collectible stuff. So kind of do like a little special like mini release before we are able to get a record done. So kind of wanting to give the fans, since it's been a kind of a little bit of a wait, to get them some new stuff to listen to, hold them over until we're able to finish up a new album.
Yeah. Yeah. And over the course of Trivium, you've kind of taken on a bit more of a greater role vocally. Obviously, Matt had some issues, in the past. He took vocal lessons, but you're still very, very prominent vocally now across the Trivium records. I wonder how that has kind of shaped how new albums and new songs come together with your sort of vocal input.
I don't really do too much with, I guess, in the writing side of things. Paulo and Matt are the kind of take on the big chunk of lyrics and vocal stuff. I might have like a song title or something I come up with or whatever. But now Matt's back to doing his full-on screaming stuff live. That it's kind of freed me up because I don't have to do quite as much as I used to in the songs, because he's back to full-on Hafey screaming, and kind of is able to actually, like, now that he's back to doing his normal full-on screaming, he seems to be able to handle more screaming vocals than he was in the past when he was doing his alternate screaming thing. So it's great. I don't have to be stuck at the mic quite as much as I used to. But when we're in the studio or something, it's very, we kind of just like, all right, let's just listen to the track, and where do you think there's what feels natural for like a backup part or like an alternate screen part to accent something or call and response. So it's pretty easy. I guess on the actual recordings on the new EP, there's a decent amount of my vocals and also Paulo's. But I don't really do any like take over, like doing a main part. It's just I'm just kind of backing up to Matt's, and it's cool because when you hear like especially when the new song drops and you hear both Matt and I screaming together, it's like we wanted to do that on the record or when we're recording, because that's how it would sound live. So
yeah, it's how it is live. Yeah, and has been for some time, which is very cool. So on the new song, can you say the release? I know you said soon, but I don't want to get in trouble for putting this out in like a day or so. Like, when's it coming out, dude?
Well, I guess to protect me, if I say something I'm not supposed to, it's basically, it's gonna drop before, I can't remember the exact day, but it's supposed to come out before we play Bloodstock, because we're gonna play it
Okay,
at
cool.
Bloodstock.
Amazing, amazing.
So I guess that would be, I guess, anywhere the first week of August. So within that time frame. So I can't remember the exact
Singles usually come out on a Friday, so I'm gonna hedge my bets on Friday first. And I think we're both kind of dancing. I think we're both of us are like, let's not get in trouble with the label here.
Yeah, they don't care. We've been hinting at this song, online with clips and everything for a while. So people know it's coming. They just don't know exactly when. But it's gonna be before we start this tour. So it's like first week of August in that time frame it's gonna drop, I believe, and then So I'm sure there's gonna be. We've been filming some content and stuff to promote it, leading up to it. So there's going to be a lot more, ramping up to, totally piss everyone off, because they've been just waiting for new music. So every time you post a snippet or a clip or some kind of teaser, they're just makes people more mad. So it's gonna ramp up, because they just want the song. So.
Well, it's not too far off now, and neither is Bloodstock Festival. And dude, I'm looking forward to seeing you there and catching the set at Bloodstock Festival. And thank you so much for having a chat today, man. It's been great to catch up.
Oh, no problem, man. Thank you.
For more from Primordial Radio, simply hit the subscribe button or listen to our radio station 24/7 at primordialradio.com.
Primordial.